Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV with a question I get asked all the time and one that frankly until recently I really didn't do a good job of learning the answer for. And to put it in the common phrase of the local vernacular, how the crap does a cable slide work? How can a cable push a slide out? Well, that's just the thing. It doesn't. But that's kind of really hard to see and understand when the slide is fully retracted or fully extended as we're looking at it here. Because basically, you're only seeing half the story right now. And interestingly, the cable that you're looking at is not the one that got the slide open. To really get the whole story on this one, it actually helps to have a slide like this right next to the door, run it halfway in, halfway out. And when you do this, it becomes much, much easier to kind of see and understand the borderline, feels like David Blaine voodoo magic of how these things work. Because even now, if you just kind of look inside to outside, it looks like it's just one cable. But what isn't quite as obvious is that a cable slide only pulls. It never pushes. There's no way a cable can push. See, the thing is, when this slide is going out, this is getting pulled out. And it's not just one cable that runs all the way through the wall. It's actually this whole pulley system right here. So that is coming down. There's a loop point here. It's pulling the slide outward when you're extending it. And similarly, when you're retracting the slide, that right there is pulling the slide in. Now that's the part I think most people more obviously understand. But I think because when you go to visit and see RVs in person, usually the slides are open. You don't see that bracket, you don't connect the dots, and frankly, I've been doing this for long enough. I probably should have really understood this better than I do right now, because it's actually pretty simple. Now, one of the kind of cool things about cable slides is like you can actually see the motor and everything. They're all inside of the RV. That's why the slide fascia on cable slides is so darn thick. Because basically the entire mechanism, other than the little bit of cable that pulls the slide back in when the slide's fully extended, all of it is inside of the RV. It's away from weather. It's away from all that kind of stuff. It does mean it juts into your RV a little more, but usually typically not enough to really make too much of a difference. And for overriding these things, they will come with like a little bendy, looks like a miniature shake weight, basically. You actually will hook it kind of like directly to the motor, and you can use like a screw gun or something to, run that thing open and closed. And my goal with this video is not to like, this is the greatest and best slide system. I put a video out there talking about how different slide systems are great in different ways. I simply want to try to educate and demystify something a little bit that, again, frankly, I didn't have a good grasp on until recently. That's totally egg on my face, though. I can own up to that, but in the meantime, I can kind of help some folks. One of the critiques and criticisms of cable slides is that those cables can, they can stretch and slack over time. Well, if we take a look up above the mechanism, what you actually see, there's two of these little tension blocks, basically. One labeled in, one labeled out. That's yet another good indicator that one pulls in and one pulls out. If the cable starts to slack, you can loosen up the one in question, tighten it up, cinch that lock nut basically back down, and get that slack pulled out of the system. So if you found any sort of use or value in today's video, hit that like button on our video and subscribe if you're new with us, because not only do we put out a lot of different RV reviews, but also just some insights and educational things like this from time to just help you better understand all the different things that are out there to know about the RVing world. Until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and best wishes from Bishes, everyone.